What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. Welcome to episode 15 of the off season. We got to continue this trend. I like this trend where it's going. A little different look we got here. So I'm trying to bring back the bucket hat kind of in the gym. Cam mentioned it on Friday. I brought it up to Dan yesterday. I was thinking, hey, why don't we do it? We're going to bring back the bucket hat for the squat top sets. So you'll probably just see me wear it from the top set, and that's really it. We are at, I don't know if you can tell. So we're actually not at Lift or Die like usual. I have today off, so I decided just why not come down to Coliseum like always. You know, I love this gym. Might as well give them my money again. But I don't mind it. I don't mind the drive. Like, all I'd be doing is I'd be sitting at home and doing nothing if I was to go to like Odyssey or to Lift or Die or anything like that. So I might as well just take the time out of my day and just come here. Anyway, a couple things I want to update you guys on. Yesterday, I did handle my client, Dylan McDonough. Wow, we had a fucking day, man. So I'll post his top lifts. So we ended up hitting 413 on squat, even though we hit 435 when we got called for up and down, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Which for him, the 435 is a PR in my heart, so that's good. That is a 10-pound PR for him, so I'm very happy with that. Bench was absolutely insane for him. He peaked so well. We ended up with 292, which is a 7-pound PR with a lot of room to spare. I would say probably upwards to from 2.5 to 5 kg left. On top of that, deadlifts, I didn't really know how deadlifts were going to go just based on how his training went. But we ended up with 474, which is a 4-pound PR, and I think a little bit more room, at least 10 pounds per se. The thing is with this meet, we had a very quick turnaround for a meet prep. So we were told about this meet about 6 weeks out from the meet, and I kind of like dropped everything, planned out some things in order to get him to some sort of peak. And to have him peak like this on a 6-week turnaround is actually crazy to think about. Because if we were going to do a whole 12-week meet prep like I usually would plan out, I would usually have my clients do, he probably would have hit upwards of what we actually wanted to hit on the day. We're not going to talk about that because it's not my business to talk about it. It's his business to talk about it. But we had a day, and I'm very proud. I'm very happy, and it's kind of crazy to see that like this could be the future. So with that being said, I'm going to try and put myself out there more in the coaching scene. So Santangelo Strength Systems, as you may know, is kind of my coaching brand, as I would call it. Triple S for short, but I have to kind of check into that because I did see something that could be copyrighted or something. So I just have to be aware of that. But yeah, Triple S is coming back. So I'm going to try and push me actually coaching and all that kind of stuff because I think this is a great example of what I'm capable of, what I've learned, and what I can actually do as a coach rather than just a lifter. So happy to see that, but I got to go in there and start lifting and all that kind of stuff. We have a squat double at 7, a 3x5 at 6 to 7, and a deadlift single at 7.5. Not a deadlift single, a bench single at 7.5, and I think a 4x5 at 6 to 7. So a pretty intensive day, I would say, even on a week 2. So I'm very excited to see what we can do, but I'll see you guys in there. Alright, if you remember from my last YouTube video, I explained how the pop of my squat is back, and I can arguably say that it is so back. I just took 451 for my last warm-up, which is right here, just so you guys know. That shit moved. Fun fact, last week's double was 463, so I'm starting to be a little more smarter now. Not putting a number towards training, but rather putting a range. So I have a range in mind for today. I'm in the range today, so we'll see how it goes. But it is humid as fucking here, and I'm like sweating like balls. But I'm trying my best. But yeah, so I have. You'll see in a second. But I have a pretty good number loaded up right now, so we'll see how it goes. So double S7, let's just get to it. it is a struggle. It's a struggle right now. It is so hot in here. We got all the fans. Shout out to Kyle for all that. But squats, I think we're good. So definitely my range today that I put was going to be 474 to 496. 474 being I'm not feeling the best, and then 496 just I feel incredible. And based on my last one, 451, and granted that I was literally standing up from 11:30 till about 5:30 yesterday, I just took that into consideration and just played it smart. Like, we still have another 2 weeks of the block, so if anything, next week might be a bigger jump than this week compared to my week 1 to today, where the following week, which will be my week 3, is going to be a bigger jump from this week to next week. So I'm just playing it smart. I didn't really do anything too stupid. Like I said, I stood up all day yesterday basically, and I ate a good amount, I would say, but I could have eaten a little more just because we are burning calories when we're standing and all that kind of stuff. So just given that and given the factors, I'm okay with today. I'm very happy with today. It is in the RPE, so that's all that matters. Back offs are pretty easy too. Just took 418 for a first set of 5 and then 397 for after. It's just so hot in here, man. I'm dying. So still got a bench. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna give myself a little rest and just recuperate a little bit. But I'm very happy with how's it going. So we'll see what happens with bench. Pretty excited for it, but we'll see.
Bench came to play today. Out of nowhere. I didn't expect that because I still am struggling with bench. It's just I couldn't find my groove with the whole situation with the whole pad and getting set up like normal kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. But very happy with it. 308 for a pretty decently fast single, I would say. And I just did 254 for all sets of 5, just seeing that. I think I want to start pushing that more, the idea of having an entire weight for sets and reps, kind of. We'll see. We'll experiment it. I like doing my ascending stuff too as well, just to see if I'm warmed up, because honestly, like, when you have the single and everything, you feel warmed up already. You're warming up to a heavier set. You know, you kind of have that whole idea. So just having that warmed up, you're able to like know what your baseline sets, reps, all that kind of stuff is. The topic at hand today: cocky versus confidence. Okay. It is. I wouldn't say it's something I'm dealing with, but it's something I'm seeing and hearing. I'm not really dealing with it at all. I'm not letting it kind of get to me. I'm not going to discuss why I think this. But there's a difference between being cocky and being confident. And those two things can be the same terms as having an ego and being humble at the same time. How I think about it is, if you're confident in yourself, you kind of bet on yourself, you kind of say these things about yourself because you know you can achieve that kind of thing. Being cocky is kind of being like, oh, I already know I can hit this kind of thing, and you just like don't have any, regard for anything that's happened in the past, anything that's happening right now, all that kind of stuff. So if you're being cocky, you're just kind of like in your own kind of realm where you don't know anything. You don't take account how your food was, how your sleep was, how your past training was, if you got your steps in, all that kind of stuff. Being confident is knowing what you can hit based on how you're feeling, based on all that kind of stuff. So an example of this is sometimes I'll go around and say, by the end of this block, blah, 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 I know I can hit blah, blah, blah. Or I'm feeling good today, I know I can hit blah, blah, blah. Being cocky, I would say, is putting out there that some misinformation. It's like, I'm hitting this. Like, I'm going to hit this. That's forcing stuff at the same time. That's just not the case, okay? That also goes into the realm of having an ego and being humble. I wouldn't say having an ego is typically a bad thing, per se, but at the same time, that can steer away your training. I feel like once your ego takes over, that's when the cockiness comes, all that kind of stuff. You know, you force numbers, your training hits the shitter because you think you can do this, but realistically you can, and you're putting yourself in a whole aspect. Being humble is, okay, my last warm-up didn't move the best, I'm going to settle for this instead of forcing this, you know, kind of thing, you know. That's where my whole ranges thing is coming into play, per se. So, it's just something I've been noticing, but there really is a difference between being cocky and having an ego and being humble and being confident in yourself. You can bet against yourself all the time you want, you know. You can say, you can bet that, yes, I'm going to hit this today, I'm going to hit that today, because you know what you can hit, and you're in tune with everything and all your factors involved, kind of thing. Whereas if you're cocky, you're just going to be like, nah, I'm going to go hit this no matter what. I'm going to go hit this, I'm hitting this, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. That's not a smart lifter. That's not what a smart lifter would do, okay? So, I'm not going to lie. There have been times where I've been on both spectrums, okay? I would say I have been cocky sometimes. That was in my earlier days as a lifter. And I would say that now I am more of a confident, humble lifter. Like, for example, seeing today, take into account of Sunday's work, I took into account that, okay, I was standing up for upwards of 6 hours straight, didn't get a really good sit, could have eaten a little more. I was like, okay, you know, I could realistically force 496 to fall today, or I could kind of settle for the in-between, still hit the RPE, but also still increase the weight, so I'll settle for something between 474 and 485. Okay? Yeah, I could have done 496 easily today, but just seeing how yesterday was and how it's not normally a Sunday that I usually have, I was like, okay, let's be smarter. So that is just something I've seen. If you want to start a debate in the comments about whether cockiness and confidence are kind of the same thing or they're two separate things, go ahead. Be my guest. If you want to DM me, whatever, do the same thing. But I truly believe that being cocky and being confident are two separate things. So keep them in their same lane, but know the difference. Because I've been hearing some people say that, oh, this person is cocky, all this kind of stuff, he talks too much shit, blah, 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 blah. But then he's able to back up his words because he knows he's confident in himself. So that's how the line kind of falls. So just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, tomorrow we got bench. We'll see how it goes. It's week 2. It's a tertiary day. It's pretty boring, but the work has to be done. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bench was pretty routine. I'm not mad with it. You know, I didn't recover as best as I could yesterday. I'm gonna put that on me. And like the whole entire day, like the moment I woke up, like I felt like my stomach was like bloated, not like about to explode like my appendix, but like just bloated. So I don't know if it was like a big shit that I had to get out, but I told y'all I'm gonna be transparent with y'all on there. So yeah, I don't know, I just like kind of walked in today and just like went completely tunnel vision, pushing the accessories like crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to get big, I want to get strong, and the only way to get stronger is to add more muscle, so we have to do that. We have to eat right, and like I said in my recovery video, if y'all pay attention sometimes. I'm kidding, I love the support from each and every one of you. So, I'm sorry if I'm coming off brash, but yeah, but honestly, I got nothing really else. You know, we're at a very good starting point for this week, so we'll see what we can do for the rest of the week, but you guys gotta wait and see in the next YouTube video because this one's about to end. So you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Get your protein in like I should have yesterday. Never settle. And I'll see you guys in the next one.